Homosexuality. That's like broad nowadays.
Right.
It is.
I
It
think
has
sex.
no meaning. It really has no meaning. I feel like it's what you attract. What attracts you? Like what draws you in? How it makes you feel.
Hot.
And how other people are attracted to you.
Well, what is your sexual orientation? That's not what.
Yeah, that definitely puts people on the
So when you say sexuality, you think of sexual preference, like sexual orientation?
Yeah.
I mean, not necessarily. Like, I could look at a girl and say that she's sexy, and obviously, like, I'm not a lesbian, so I don't.
Because you're comfortable with your
consider
sexuality.
myself.
You're comfortable enough with your sexuality so you can admit to
Right.
being attracted to the same sex. Not necessarily like sexually attracted, but physically attracted to the same sex.
Was that what? I talk about it.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't either.
Why?
I don't.
Why?
I'm not comfortable. Actions speak more than words.
Yes.
I can show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. I think the homosexual, they try to mimic the heterosexual. So it's not.
And it's
the
just
same.
more messy.
It's not the same. Because if you have one trying to mimic the other,
it's still not.
It's not the same. Because
Preach, girl.
You're, I call it taking notes.
Wow.
And trying to beat me at my own game. This is how a heterosexual relationship is, and you're trying to mimic it, but it's the same sex, so it can't possibly go that way. 'Cause yeah, you're gonna have one more aggressive than the other, but
no, because that could be another A and B. A woman could be just as aggressive as a man.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Okay, you have a guy and a girl. They don't have to be as aggressive as two girls together or two guys together, right?
No.
So.
I just feel like there's different boundaries when it comes to
like. That is like roles.
Yeah, heterosexuals no roles. Unlike homosexuals, they challenge each other for the role. It's like
okay.
I'm dumb. It's almost fighting for dominancy. It's like
so
alpha males.
It can't be the same.
I love it.
Me too.
I love it.
Me too.
I love a woman that embraces her beauty.
It's like if you rocking it with confidence,
man,
I'm gonna rock it with confidence.
Man, I love that shit.
It's like if you're not gonna sell it to me, I'm not buying it.
How? No.
Not at all. Why do you think that was?
It was taboo. Taboo, I feel like. It was culturally not accepted. Like sex.
Yeah. I've never
Don't say that word.
I've never had the sex talk. Never.
I never had the sex talk, but it wasn't like.
Oh, in school.
Okay, I can't say that I was able to go to my mom and be open and honest about what was really going on in my life at that time when I started to become sexually active.
Because it's like
a different story.
So it was. I want to say that it wasn't talked about when it really needed to be talked about.
But I feel like your parents already know when you're smashing. I'm sorry to say, but parents know. And so it's like you'll start seeing little hints around the house or little conversations that you might walk up to saying.
But they weren't open.
But it wasn't like it was directly like, hey, if you enter a girl, make sure you wrap up your oral like it was never like that. It wasn't like that. It was never.
It wasn't.
I mean, my mother taught me how to carry myself, and I think.
But that's like saying, well, my mom taught me manners.
Yeah.
So that's different between the sex talk.
That's not the sex talk though.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you learn sex either from the media, school, or whatever you did by yourself. That's what I'm trying to get at. Your parents didn't have an influence on you, but so you can't say.
Yes, they did because you pay attention to how your mother carries herself.
Not necessarily say if my mom was a skank. And I'm a chick, and I'm a fly chick, and it's like, I don't know.
My mother didn't have to tell me. I paid attention to how she carried herself.
Well, just say you had a respectable mother that you can look up to. Not everybody can say that.
Okay, but
Well, I'm saying instead of having to talk, I paid attention.
But my mom was a very conservative person, and I don't consider myself to be nearly as conservative as she is. And we never really had to talk. Don't start right now.
Like really? No,
but yeah, like No, we never really talked about it. It's not. We still don't really talk about it. It's not anything that we're really open and honest with each other about.
No.
I can only say this off of personal experience, and no.
Right. So
I can sit there and watch a rap video and be like, I don't want to be like her.
Right.
Right.
And even if I see something glamorous about this, like, I know the facade, so it's like,
It's a fantasy.
And they're not and they don't even look like that in real life. Yeah. The fact that people talk about it so much and that like rap videos are so controversial, and you know how people, they see rap videos and they're like, oh my god, this is just influencing young girls to be the way that these girls are. Like, I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not gonna fall into that category.
Right.
Right.
But if they're young and impressionable and come in like elementary, junior high.
That's why we gotta.
That's the thing though. Like, I watched rap videos since I was young. Like, I watched them since middle school, and I never wanted to be just like those girls.
Like,
I mean, maybe because of the way they dance or whatever. Like, oh yeah, you know, that's cute, but that's about as far as that's gonna go.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go as far as men degrading me and talking down to me and making me feel like I'm less of a human being just because of the way that I'm dressing, or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm, because of the money that they have. Exactly.
The way you choose to express your sexuality.
No. I feel like anything, they're more private and protected.
Boom, me. I'm boom. No. Well, I guess in a sense I am, because I have to be private around my child. Like, I can't just let her sing me like that, right?
Right.
Like, it just depends on the time. If she's not with me, I'm a single woman. When she's with me, I'm a mother. That's it.
Both. What you make me?
Okay, if they're having sex and then they're thinking about when they got raped, it could be negative because they were forced to engage in something that they didn't necessarily agree to. So it could be negative. Or they could think of it in a positive sense. They're choosing to do this. It's like a consensual thing, right? So it just depends on the person.
It's in the Bible.
I mean, me personally, if I were to get raped, and then I start to have sex with someone, like for the first time after like a month, maybe after I had gotten raped, then I would probably think about like the last time that I had felt that way.
But with that, you can't know unless it actually happens. You don't know how you're going to react.